The Green Bay Packers just got a double dose of great news. I'm going to break that down for you guys in this video. If you haven't subscribed, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Let's jump into what's the double dose of great news the Packers received. Well, let's start with the quarterback, Jordan Love. Of course, we heard and read the speculation out there that this dude tore his MCL or he tore his ACL. I even read some tweets that some doctors were like, no, we saw the knee separate. It's certainly a tear of some kind. And then we got the great news that, okay, it isn't a tear. Everything's intact. So that was super good news. But we're like, okay, well, then what? What is it? It isn't a sprained MCL, as we all know. The great news, the best news possible that the Packers could have received, because we're going to get Jordan Love back at some point this year. It just depends on when it's going to be. I've read 2 to 4 weeks. I've read 3 to 6 weeks. Either way, we know that Jordan Love is not going to be rushed back. Matt LaFleur has already made that clear that he doesn't want to rush Jordan Love back. Of course, I don't blame him. That's their biggest asset out there, so no need to rush him back. But what do the Packers do in the interim? Where do they go? Where do they turn to? They're going to be turning to Malik Willis week 2 against the Indianapolis Colts. Is that going to be the long-term solution? Well, I don't think so, because I don't think he's going to necessarily keep the Packers around that 500 level. We've read that the Packers have reached out to Ryan Tannehill as a potential option for the Packers. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Who would you love to see the Packers go and get, if anybody? Would you just want them to get Sean Clifford, bring him up on the practice squad, or stick with Malik Willis, or go and get a Ryan Tannehill or somebody else? Ryan Tannehill isn't going to cost the Packers a ton of money, but he is going to cost the Packers some money. And the Packers, I hate eating into that cap space, but if Jordan Love has already been said that they're not going to be rushing him back, and say it takes 5 weeks or so, that means Ryan Tannehill may be a decent answer for a 3-week interim, maybe even 4-week, hopefully worst case scenario, that he's going to be filling in for Jordan Love while out. And again, I don't think this dude is going to win you games necessarily, and I don't think he's going to lose you games. I also read that somebody posted out there, and a lot of people have said that the Packers should trade for Jameis Winston. Yes, if he was available, that'd be a great option. But there's no need to go and trade. We've already traded a 7th-round pick to get Malik Willis. So obviously the Packers saw something in him. But I don't think he's developed long enough to be a quick solution for what the Packers need. Unfortunately, Jordan Love got hurt week 1. Malik Willis is new to the team. And again, I don't think Malik Willis is going to be that answer currently right now. You're going to need more of a veteran presence like a Ryan Tannehill to go out there and game manage. The Packers are talented enough to win some games. You've got Josh Jacobs, who I think if you just feed that dude the ball, he's going to wear down a defense. So the Packers, again, they play Indianapolis. We're going to break down that matchup later in the week. Okay, so what is the other double dose? When I said double dose of great news that the Packers receive, well, it happens to come from one of their draft picks, a rookie, Edrin Cooper, who only played 11 snaps in the game. But man, this dude was everywhere. I think this is going to be a very good pickup for the Packers. Last video, I said the biggest area of concern for me after watching the game was the linebackers. Okay. Edrin Cooper is not one of those guys. Edrin Cooper was a bright spot. Isaiah McDuffie, I don't feel Isaiah McDuffie is a starting caliber type linebacker. He's a great insurance policy type guy. If you need a good backup, I think Isaiah McDuffie is your guy. I don't think he's a starting caliber type linebacker. And I know the verdict is out. A lot of people aren't sold on Quay Walker. I think he's good. And is he as good as, of course, we're wrapping up a 1st-round pick into this dude. Is he that good? I don't think he's going to be that good in this league, but I think he is a good linebacker. And again, keep in mind, this is just week 1. This is just 1 week that we got to see him under Jeff Hafley's style of defense and schemes. So we got to pause the panic button when we start saying, man, oh my gosh, the Packers gave up so many yards out there. Yes, they did give up a lot of yards, but they also played one of the most talented offensive teams out there. So, but again, the linebacker position, I think, is going to be okay. I think we're going to be solid. When you got Tyron Hopper, I think Hopper needs to be worked into some playing time. Of course, the dude gets better anytime he's out on the field. And I don't think it's going to be any worse than what we can see, maybe even from an Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson certainly is not a starting caliber type linebacker in this league, without a doubt. The dude is a fantastic special teams guy. He's just not your answer. Either is Isaiah McDuffie. I think the Packers have a bright future in Tyron Hopper and Edrin Cooper, but man, that doesn't help them currently right now. Of course, if Edrin Cooper can stay healthy, man, then the Packers are going to be sitting just fine. Again, I think Edrin Cooper is going to be an absolute stud for the Packers. He's probably going to end up being the Packers' best linebacker in just the 11 snaps that he played. He earned a PFF grade of 85.9, which is the highest of any Packer defender out there. And when you start talking about Isaiah McDuffie, he missed a few tackles. He gave up a touchdown to Saquon Barkley. That's a tall task to cover a guy like Saquon, but he got burned on it. He had that special teams penalty. I think Isaiah McDuffie needs to start being weeded out. Edrin Cooper needs to be the solution for the Packers, but that is great news for the Packers that they saw what Edrin Cooper is capable of and what he can do out on the football field. I think the Packers hit an absolute home run in the second round, selecting Javon Bullard and then Edrin Cooper. I think both of those guys are going to have a very long career in Green Bay defensively. Again, leave your comments. Let me know where you would like to see the Packers go at quarterback. Is it just turn to Malik Willis, who they've already got there, or call up Sean Clifford from the practice squad, or go and get a Ryan Tannehill or a Carson Wentz or somebody like that out there? What should the Packers do? As always, go Pack, go.